stop whatever you are doing right now. Set your phone aside. Quiet the noise around you for a moment. Pause the thoughts inside you that have given you no rest. This moment is between you and this voice speaking to you now. I want you to listen as if you were the only person on earth, as if no one else were in the room, as if time paused just so you could hear every word I am about to say to you. This is not a common message. It is not just one more line. Out of so many voices, this is a direct call to the deepest place in your heart. You have been searching for signs. You have been asking for an answer. In silence you have said, if there is really something meant for me, speak to me, show me, answer me. And even though no one knows it, even though your smile has covered more tears than you want to admit, even though there have been nights when you fell asleep tired deep inside, today this word reaches you. I have seen every time you stood up when you had no strength left. I have seen every time you said, it is okay, I will try one more time, while inside you felt your strength fading away. I have seen how you stayed quiet so you would not worry others, how you held in your own pain so you would not feel like a burden to anyone. None of that was missed. None of it was unseen. This is not a message for everyone. It is for you who have been waiting in silence. It is for you who prayed with no one hearing. It is for you who have asked yourself again and again if maybe you were forgotten, if your prayers disappeared into the air, if your name no longer mattered in heaven at all. I speak to you now as one who sees past your actions and your outer face. I know your doubts, your fears, your hardest questions. I have heard every thought, spoken and unspoken. I have been there even in the moments when you said, I cannot carry any more. That is why today I lift my voice over your life. Not like a whisper that gets mixed in with all your other thoughts, but like a clear, firm, urgent call. You are not hearing this by luck. You did not come here by mistake. It was not only an algorithm, a shared link, or a passing moment of interest. There are moments that look small from the outside, but in heaven they are marked as turning points. This is one of those moments. Listen carefully, and listen with your whole heart. The time you thought was lost was not wasted. The seasons when you felt nothing was moving were not a punishment. The silences you understood as being left alone were really part of a deeper preparation than you can imagine. You called it too late, but it was really shaping you. You called it silence, but from my side it was work being done within you. While you thought nothing was changing, your heart was being made wider to carry what is coming. While you wondered if anything good could come out of so much pain, pieces you could not see were being put in place. And now, in this exact moment, I want you to understand something. The season in which you thought everything had stopped is now coming to an end. Not because your luck suddenly changed, and not because the universe finally noticed you, but because there was a set time for your life, and that time is starting right now. Many times you have felt like giving up, like you were just one step away from saying, "This is where I stop." You may have even wondered if you were wrong for believing so much, for hoping so deeply, for dreaming so big. But that is exactly why I am speaking to you so strongly now. I do not want you to let go of what is so close to appearing in your life. I do not want you to walk away just before you reach it. There are things already spoken over your story. They are not waiting, not being reviewed, not sitting on some list. They have already been set in motion, already declared, already coming toward you. But there is one thing only you can do. Open your heart and be ready to receive them. I can make a way where no way can be seen. I can move what no person could ever move. I can break down walls that have stood in front of you for years. But you must take the step. You must choose to believe one more time. You must dare to answer this voice with something deeper than saying, "What a beautiful message." I do not want you to only feel moved for a moment. I want you to connect. I want you to hold this word as your own and receive it like an answer, not like some accident. You have watched other people move ahead while you felt stuck in the same place. You have seen doors open for those who were not even searching for the things you cried over. You compared yourself, measured yourself, and judged yourself too hard. You thought maybe you were not enough, that something was missing inside you, that there was something broken in you. You may have even believed your mistakes were too big for you to still deserve anything good. But listen to this. Your mistakes do not cancel my purpose for you. Your falls do not destroy the way you were made. Your dark seasons do not erase the plans written for your life. You are not the final picture of your failures. You are not the total of all the times things did not work. You are not the name others gave you, and you are not the cruel words you have repeated to yourself again and again. There is more to you than even you have been able to see. There is more inside you than your hard times have allowed others to notice. There is a strength you thought was gone that is starting to rise again. Maybe you feel it even now, like a soft warmth in your chest, like a tiny light of hope that will not die, like a deep breath from your soul that you cannot explain. Do not brush that away. Do not put that out. Do not lose it in noise and distraction. This moment is holy. Brothers and sisters, I want to speak with you sincerely for a moment. Right now, our channel has been demonetized, which means YouTube is no longer providing support for this ministry. Yet despite this season, our mission to spread the word of God continues without hesitation. There is a devoted team behind these videos, faithfully serving day and night. As the one leading this ministry, I carry the responsibility of supporting them. But without ad revenue, continuing this work has become more challenging than ever. If these messages have blessed your heart in any way, I humbly ask you to prayerfully consider supporting this ministry. Your gift through Ko-fi helps us keep sharing the gospel and shining His light. You can find the link in the description or pinned comment. We are truly thankful for your love, prayers, and support. Now, let us return to the message. Not because of where you are right now, and not because of the person speaking these words to you, but because something deep inside you knows that these words are touching places within you that are very real. You have become used to feeling like everything depends on your own effort. You have carried the heavy load of trying to control everything, trying to fix everything, trying to keep everyone standing, even when you yourself were close to falling apart. And even though you know you are strong, there have been times when you felt tired of always being the strong one in the story. There have been moments when you quietly asked, "But who carries me? Who listens to the things I never say? Who sees the moments when I also fall to pieces?" I have seen it. I have been there. I stayed even when you felt nobody else did. That is why today I speak to you so strongly, because I do not want you to keep believing that you are alone in this fight, because I do not want you to keep thinking your story is somehow different, that good things are always for other people but never for you. There are promises over your life that are still alive. There are dreams that did not die, they were only placed on hold. There are parts of your life you thought would never heal that are now getting close to being changed by something you did not see coming. I know it is hard for you to trust again. I know that, because every time you felt hope rise, it seemed like something struck you even harder. Because every time you said, "This time it will happen," something fell apart, and little by little you started to link hope with hurt. But today I want to pull that apart inside you. I want to break the tie. I want you to see that this time is not about a short feeling that fades away, but about something real, deep, and needed in your life. I am not asking you to understand every part of it. I am asking you to leave a small opening for faith, to say, even if only as a quiet word inside, all right, I will believe one more time. You are not hearing these words just because you are used to this kind of thing. You are not here only to fill time. You are here, even if you did not mean to be, at a turning point. What enters your heart today will shape the way you walk into what comes next. You can keep going the way you always have, carrying every burden alone with your own strength, just making it through each day, going through the same circles again and again. Or you can decide that this will be the moment when you start walking with a deep knowing that you have not been left behind, that your story is not over, that there are still parts of it you have not yet seen. I do not speak to you to force you. I speak to wake you up, to remind you that you are still here for a reason, that you have not been thrown away, that you are not some mistake. Take a deep breath. Let yourself feel whatever is moving inside you right now. If tears come, let them come. If silence comes, hold it close. If there is a soft shaking inside your soul telling you, this is meant for me, do not push it away, because this is only the beginning of all that is about to be spoken over your life. And even though you still cannot see the full picture, something inside you has already started to answer. Stay here, do not go yet. Even if something inside you tries to say that you have already heard enough, remain a little longer. There are things that do not rise with only one sentence. There are hurts that do not heal with only one deep breath. That is why I keep speaking to you, because there are deep places inside you that need to hear this again and again until they finally trust it. You have spent too many days feeling like everything rests on your shoulders. You have kept walking while carrying guilt that was never yours, duties that were too heavy for you, hopes from others that pressed down on you, and little by little, almost without noticing, you started to believe that your worth was found in what you do, in what you reach, in what other people notice. But today I want you to hear this deep in your heart. Your worth did not begin with your wins. It did not grow because of your success, and it did not become less because of your mistakes. There is a worth in you that was there before all of that. There is something true in you that cannot be made smaller by opinions, rejection, failure, or dark seasons. You have gone through many things that tried to teach you the opposite. People who did not know how to love you well. Times when you gave your best and still got left behind. Moments when even with honesty in your heart you were still not understood. And every one of those moments left a mark. Small wounds that slowly built inside you a voice that did not come from me. Yet you learned to believe it. I am not enough. Nobody stays. I'd always lose what I love. No matter what I do, I still end up hurt. Today I come to stand against those words. Today I come to tell you that they are not truth. They are pain speaking from old wounds. They are not lasting decisions over your life. They are moments of hurt that kept repeating like a sound in the distance. I did not make you to live chained to what harmed you. I did not form you to keep reliving the saddest parts of your story again and again. You are not sentenced to feel this same pain forever. Yes, what you lived through was real. Yes, what happened to you hurt deeply. Yes, there were unfair things, sudden blows, and times of being left that broke something in you. I do not make your pain seem small. I do not act as if it was not serious. I do not ask you to move on from it as though it were easy. I look at you with gentleness through all of it. I hold you close in the pain no one else noticed. I stay with you in the hurt you did not know how to explain. And even now, while you are reading these words, I want you to know that what was damaged in you is not beyond healing, and what was shaken in you is not beyond being made strong again. There is still life in the places you thought had gone numb. There is still light that can reach the rooms inside you that have been dark for too long. So do not close your heart now. Do not turn away just when something true is starting to touch you. Let these words rest inside you. Let them go deeper than fear. Let them stay long enough to begin breaking the lies that pain planted in you. This is not the end of what is being spoken over your life. It is only the start. But I also tell you this: you are not only the things that happen to you. There is a part of you that you still do not fully know. A part free from fear, free from shame, free from the deep need to always prove that you are worthy of love. That part is not some dream. It is the real design that was always in my heart for you. That is why you are being called into a different kind of process, one that is deeper and more honest within yourself. I know you have become used to just getting through life, to handling everything alone, to saying everything is okay even when inside you were close to falling apart. You were taught how to be strong, but you were not taught how to heal. You were taught to keep going, but not how to release what hurt you. You were taught to stay quiet, but not how to speak about what was breaking inside you. And so, after carrying so much for so long, some parts of you became hard. You told yourself that you would never trust in the same way again, that you would never show so much, that you would never expect too much from anyone. You protected your heart, but you also shut many doors. And even though that kept you safe from more pain, it also took away your ability to enjoy life with a full heart. That is why I call you now, not to become harder, but to allow yourself to become more free. You are not weak because you cry, and you are not less because you admit that something truly hurt you. You are not small for saying that you can no longer carry certain weights. That does not take away from your worth. It simply shows that you are human. And it is exactly there, in that human side, in that honesty, in that openness, that I begin to work with greater power. There are chains no one can see that are starting to break today. Chains made from words you said to yourself over and over again. Chains made from promises people gave you and never kept. Chains made from trying to belong, even when it meant turning against yourself. I am cutting away the need for constant approval. I am breaking the pattern of living worried about who stays and who leaves. I am slowly pulling apart the fear that everything good will be taken from you again. You were not made to live in endless alarm, as if everything might fall apart again at any second. It is not your path to stay guarded all the time, always waiting for the next hurt, always doubting even the good things that come near you. I did not call you to live closed off and guarding yourself every second. I called you to live with trust. I know that word is hard for you. Trust, because you trusted before and people broke that trust. Because you opened your heart and were left feeling empty. Because you gave the best parts of yourself and did not receive back the same care or respect. But hear this clearly. A wound in trust is not healed by learning to doubt everything around you. It is healed by learning to trust again, but this time in the right place. And that change does not begin by forcing yourself to feel safe all at once. It begins little by little, with truth, with honesty, with letting your heart breathe again. It begins when you stop treating your pain like your whole identity. It begins when you stop calling your fear wisdom and your walls strength, There is still softness in you that has not died. There is still faith in you that pain could not fully kill. There is still a future in which you can love, rest, breathe, and live without always expecting loss. So do not be afraid of what is opening in you now. This is not weakness. This is healing beginning. You cannot control what other people choose to do. You cannot know ahead of time every choice someone else will make. And you cannot stop every hurt or every letdown, but you can decide where your heart will rest, which voice will shape your identity, and which word will carry the most weight inside you. You have let words of rejection become louder than my promises. You have allowed cruel things spoken to you long ago to echo more strongly than what I say about you now. You have listened more to your fear than to your calling. And I do not blame you for that. I know where it began, and I know what you have been through, but today I am widening your sight. I am helping you see that you cannot keep building your identity around the darkest part of your story. You are not the moment when you fell apart. You are not the day someone looked at you and said, "You have no value." You are not the mistake that still brings you pain today. There is more, so much more. I am leading you back to things you had hidden deep inside. That softness you had when you were young, that easy way of believing, that simple joy you felt in small and quiet things. You did not truly lose that part of yourself. You only covered it to keep it safe. You hid it because life stepped on it. You guarded it because you did not want it to be hurt one more time. I want to bring that part back, not to leave you open to pain, but to return your true self to you without the heavy weight of the past still sitting on it. There is a form of you that no longer runs away, a form of you that no longer ruins things within itself every time life starts to go well, a form of you that stops waiting for the worst and starts getting ready for the good. That part of you is coming alive, not in one day, not by some sudden magic, but through this process where you dare to listen, to open your heart, and to make room. I do not work in half steps. I did not come just to give you a little comfort and then leave you the same. I did not come only to touch your wound and then walk away. I came to change you from within, to heal what nobody sees, to set right what nobody understands, to restore what even you stopped hoping for. And while that is taking place inside you, I am also moving things around you. Yes, I mean your outside world too, those doors that shut with no reason given, those chances that looked like they were meant for you but went another way, those offers that seemed perfect and then broke apart at the very end. You thought it was just bad luck. You thought maybe life simply was not working in your favor. You thought perhaps you were not good enough. But there were things I allowed to fall apart, not because you did not deserve something good, but because it was not the right moment, not the right place, and not the right people for your life. Some doors closed to protect you, even though at the time it felt like loss. Some things were taken away because they were not meant to stay. Some delays were not punishment, but care you could not yet see. I know that in those moments you felt confused, rejected, and tired of trying. I know it hurt to watch things almost happen and then disappear. But even there, I was not absent. Even there, I was guiding what you could not understand. What seemed like a broken path was not the end of your story. What looked like refusal was not proof that you would always be denied. There is movement taking place that you cannot fully see yet. There are things being lined up that your eyes still cannot measure. So do not judge your whole future by what did not work before. Do not call yourself forgotten because a few doors were not the right ones. What is meant for you will not ask you to become less than who you are. What is right for you will come with peace, not confusion. And what is truly for your life will arrive in its time. I chose to block paths that later would have wounded you even more, instead of letting you walk into something that would have damaged parts of you that I am now bringing back to life. I know it hurt when it happened. I know you asked, why does this always happen to me? I know you felt shame, anger, and deep confusion, but today I tell you this. There were things you asked for as if they were blessings that really would have taken away your peace, your sense of self, and your purpose. I do not place gifts in your hands that ruin you within. I do not give you chances that pull you away from your true self, or answers that lead you far from what you really are. That is why there were doors I closed with my own hand, even when you kept asking for them to open. And now, while I speak to you, I am starting to open other doors, doors not built on appearance, doors that do not ask you to betray yourself, doors where you do not have to perform just to be received. You are going to start seeing new ties, people who come with a different spirit, places where who you are is valued and not simply used. And it will not be luck. It will be part of the work I am doing with you, changing you within and setting in line what is around you on the outside. You will not fit again in places where you had to make yourself smaller just to make others happy. You will not stay in spaces where the cost of belonging is your peace. You will not keep binding yourself to ties where your heart keeps breaking, while your fear of being alone keeps telling you to remain. I am giving new meaning to your idea of love, healing the way you connect, setting you free from the need to beg for care. Because you were not made to beg for love. Your heart was not formed to live as if it had to persuade everyone that it deserves to be loved. I loved you before you even knew how to say the word love. I saw you before anyone ever looked at you with care. I chose you before you had anything at all to give. That is why today I pull down, one by one, the lies that wrapped themselves around your identity. You are not hard to love. You are not beyond hope. You are not too late. You are not someone's second choice. There are clear, exact, and full plans for your life. Even though you do not understand every step, even though you cannot yet see every piece, even though there are moments when you feel like you are walking through darkness, I still see the whole picture. I know why I allowed some things, and I know why I'm opening other things now. What feels confusing to you today will become a witness tomorrow. What now looks like delay will later show itself as care. What now feels like loss will one day reveal that it was protection. So do not fear the doors that closed, and do not worship the ones that never opened. What is right for you will not demand that you betray your peace to keep it. What belongs in your life will not ask you to shrink so that others feel comfortable. The things I am preparing for you will meet the healing I am building in you. And when those things arrive, you will understand why some roads had to end, why some voices had to leave, and why some dreams had to fall apart in the form you knew, so that something truer, cleaner, and far better could finally begin. What feels heavy on you today will one day become part of the story you tell while crying with thanks. That is why I keep saying, do not release this moment. Do not put out what you feel inside. Do not treat this soft but clear shaking inside you like it means little. This is not only emotion. It is your spirit knowing that these words match something you have always known in a deep place. That you were not made to live weighed down, that you were not born to stay broken, that something greater is waiting for you ahead. Breathe once more. Yes, right there where you are. Let these words rest slowly like soft rain falling on dry ground. Because there is still more to say. There are still promises to recall, wounds to speak of, hopes to bring back to life. Before going on, breathe, and do it on purpose. Give your inner being a moment to grow still, because what comes next touches an even deeper place in your story. You are not reading this by habit. A process is starting inside you as you move from one part to the next. You can feel it. Something moves, something wakes up, something refuses to leave you unchained. This third part does not come just to say the same things again. It comes to open places that you yourself closed many years ago. Places you did not close because you lacked courage, but because the pain was too much. Because yes, there were times in your life that did not only hurt you, they left a mark on you. And not because you chose it, but because you had no way to protect yourself. You were open and weak in the hands of people who did not know the worth of what you carried. There were words that stayed on your soul like marks no one could see. There were silences that shouted at you louder than any cruel word. There were absences that felt as heavy as betrayal. And since then you have tried to keep going, but you did it while carrying things you were never meant to carry by yourself. That is why today I want to go there, into that place where no one goes, into that corner where you keep what you promised yourself you would never open again, not to expose you, not to make you live the pain again, but to free what has been trapped inside. There are memories that still hurt, even if you act like they no longer matter. There are moments you avoid remembering because they still tighten your chest. There are words spoken to you years ago that still stop you inside when you think about them. You built walls around those places. Tall walls, firm walls, walls that taught you how to survive, but that also kept you from feeling life fully. They did protect you, yes, but they also cut you off. Because it is one thing to guard yourself from harm, and something very different to keep yourself locked away forever behind those walls. Today I want you to hear this clearly. It is not a failure that you were wounded. Pain does not prove that you are weak. The wound does not erase your purpose. What you lived through was not your ending. It was part of your forming. Not because pain is something good, but because you did not go through it alone. Even when you felt there was no one beside you, I was there. I have seen the hurt done to you. I have seen how you tried to stay whole while inside you were falling apart. I have seen how you stood up when no one knew how many times you had broken down in silence. And I do not blame you for anything you felt, not for your distrust, not for clothing yourself, not for becoming hard. Your heart was only trying to stay alive. But surviving is not the same as living. And you were made to live, not to fear every new start, not to believe that love always ends in pain, not to expect good things to last only for a moment, not to prepare for loss even when everything seems fine. Your soul deserves rest, deserves a new start without the weight of yesterday, deserves to feel without fearing it will break again. That is why today I say to you, it is time to heal what you were never able to say out loud. I know those words may scare you. True healing is not easy. It does not happen on the outside. It happens deep within. It is the kind of process that touches old memories, that brings hidden feelings into view, that rearranges beliefs you have carried for many years. But it is also the kind of process that breaks unseen chains, that gives back your ability to trust, that gets you ready to receive what is ahead. Because yes, what is ahead is good, but to hold it well you need room. To hold it well, you need open hands. To hold it well, you need a heart that is no longer tied to old shadows. There were people who could not love you in the right way, and that left deep marks. But hear this well. The failure of others to love you well does not decide your worthiness to be loved. You were not hard to love. You were someone precious placed in the wrong hands. And today I want to pull you out of that thought that so many times made you feel smaller. If they had really loved me, they would not have gone away. If I truly had value, they would not have treated me like that. If I had been enough, they would not have replaced me so fast. But it was not that way. You were not pushed aside because you lacked value. You were pushed aside by people who were not ready to love a person like you. People who were not grown enough. People who were carrying their own wounds. People who did not know how to receive what you gave. And little by little, without fully seeing it, you started loving with fear, giving only in measured ways, and thinking too much before opening your heart. But today I tell you, no more living from pain, no more living from the wound, no more living from fear. I am going to teach you how to love from wholeness, from self-respect, from clarity, from truth. And that change begins here, in this exact moment, while you read these words that are stirring things you thought were buried. They are loosening. Knots you have carried in your chest for years are coming undone. Layers you built to protect yourself are being brought into the light. That part of you that deserved to be held, not pushed down, is rising again. Now hear this with care. The love that enters your life will not look like the love that wounded you. The chances that come will not look like the ones you lost. The season that is coming will not repeat what hurt you, because you are no longer the same, because your heart is being prepared in an entirely new way. You are not being restored just to go back to the same place where you once stood. You are being restored so you can move forward into a deeper, wiser, stronger, and brighter place.